used to be that studios would take a break from their big, huge franchises to punch out a lighter, smaller game, usually in a completely different genre for diversity's sake. Square pounded out RPG after RPG, and then there was Einhander, a horizontal shmup breaking the monotony. After breaking from Sega, Camelot produced arcade sports standouts like Hot Shots Golf and various Mario sports games, but still had time to slot in the occasional Golden Sun. Game Freak, famous for producing about 412 Pokemon titles, would occasionally slip out a Drill Dozer or Harmonite, or Tembo the Badass Elephant, which is already in my queue. Alright, so maybe it's not a matter of time used to be and more a matter of, man, I wish there were more of these. Ninja Usagimaru is a 2D puzzle platformer brought to you by the same Arc System Works that makes most of its bank pushing out various over-the-top fighting games that have Guilty Gear or BlazBlue or Persona 4 in the title. And it's fun as heaven or hell. So as this adorable rabbit, who is not the Yumigami from Okami despite looking it for all the world, informs our hero, also a rabbit, all the townsfolk, again rabbits, have been abducted by an evil force called the Mononoke. Nothing to do with the awesome Miyazaki flick, mind. Here they're just pixelated, mostly static evil forces to be avoided, much like Billy Bob Thornton. Said hero, the rabbit, not Billy Bob Thornton, takes it upon himself to traverse 6 worlds full of 10 puzzle stages each, rescuing villagers and collecting their well wishes and various material goods as he travels. Enough about the oddly rabbit-centric world, let's get down to brass tacks, how the gameplay works, since that's about 100% of why this game is as good as it is. Our ninja hero has the same task in each stage: rescue the villager and escort that villager to the statue of you win the level. However, the villager's bound and held by one of these demons, which only lets go if you smash another corresponding demon somewhere else in the stage with a rock or something. Most of the puzzle comes down to the manipulation of these rocks, which you can push, pull, lift, drop, toss up a ledge, or chuck straight forward. As you save villagers, these abilities are augmented by some tools. A kunai lets you dig through cracked dirt, a chain lets you grapple striated blocks from a distance, and a kite allows you to ride updrafts. Ultimately, your greatest tool, though, is careful analysis and logical thinking, since this game isn't afraid to underline the puzzle in puzzle platformer. Like its forebears Solomon's Key, Krusty's Funhouse, and the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series, Ninja Usagimaru isn't afraid to leave you sat there for minutes upon entering a new stage while you try to figure out the causes, effects, and particular timings of the challenge. There's not much in the way of mobile threat. The majority of Mononoke are completely static and the rest are completely predictable, which makes the whole game more of a planning exercise than anything else. And I understand some folks might not be on board with this kind of measure twice, cut once gameplay, so there's a convenient reset button for those who prefer to work on the fly and just beat their heads against a problem until something gives way. Whatever works, man. You're not going to get as much mileage out of Ninja Usagimaru as you would out of another Arc game. This is a project that knows its own scope, knows that it's a small, bare-bones experience, and simply tries to be the best it can be inside the walls it built itself. There's only a handful of musical tracks, and each of them sounds like something cribbed from an old Goemon title, all the better to complement 16-bit era-esque pixel art. It's the kind of game perfectly suited for a little indie download, except this is Arc, so they're not really indie, even when they're self-publishing little rabbit-centric puzzle games on the 3DS. This is a game that's going to take you for a Lincoln, please you for a good while, and then leave you saying, time used to be that studios take a break from their big, huge franchises to punch out a smaller, lighter game, usually in a completely different genre, for diversity's sake.